Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins, Miami Dolphins number 111. FinFans in the north and the south, to the east and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Before we get on to this good news, I just want to ask if you guys can subscribe, like, and hit the bell. It's going to help us reach our milestone. And that milestone will help us get a merch shelf in our description. Also, too, to help us get some polling options we'll be able to utilize here in the next week. So, and again, if look at our channel banner there in the bottom right hand corner, you will see a shop now button. You click that shop now button, it'll take you to our merch store. You can see all the cool t-shirts we already have. And every Thursday we're going to be dropping new t-shirts out for you guys, so you guys can keep looking fresh and clean while you guys are at the games representing, and you get free shipping with all that. So in the meantime, I want to say thank you to all of our subscribers, and I'm glad to see all the new subscribers. And let's get to it. Thank you. So that game, our last preseason game, that was a phenomenal game, and we got to get a good appetizer of what we're about to see on offense and on defense. And I would have to say it was an A+ across the board. Spectacular in all aspects. Special teams did their thing. I always want to try and give a shout out to special teams first, because we all know that without special teams, we need special teams. Special teams is just as important as offense and defense. So, yeah, good shots to special team, and a shout out to the offense and to the defense. Them boys played their hearts out, and yeah, they really went in to the game with that mindset. We are in competition against ourselves, and Miami played like that. There's no other team in the NFL that has more going against them than, I think, Miami. From the whole coaching and quarterback controversy to just, this is the 50th anniversary now that Miami has went 17-0. So there's a lot of things going on, and plus we got new upgrades and wide receiver and defense, with the addition of Trey Flowers on top of that to make that defense even more potent. Miami's getting geared up and tooled up and filled up to run deep into the late season and win the Super Bowl. Okay, I just jumped off, and yeah, we're going to the Super Bowl and we're going to win it. And if you're gonna bet against this, you're probably gonna lose. But you bet with us, you're gonna win. And I tell you that with the beating of the Eagles, even though the Eagles had a lot of their second string in, third, fourth, fifth string, it don't matter. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, we all pros, and it's not our problem that that's what they chose to play. We played our starters. Not all of them. We had 10 starters that were out, but for the most part, we played. And Miami, we have officially declared that we are in competition against ourselves. Now, jumping into the quarterback play. I mean, Tua looked busy. He got down. He did his thing. There was like those little 10-yard passes and stuff that Tyreek took, and got them yards after that, and it's all good. And, the bomb, to his first, that's just a highlight into what's about to be happening here in South Beach, and pretty much against any team that Miami's playing all the rest of the season. And it was seeing Tua have that confidence and that swagger to just have that freedom to get the ball out, where and when he wanted to, because the receivers were creating separation all over the field, and there were options for him. So Tua did good in seeing all that. Now, I'm not gonna get too much in, to the into the stats, because I just want to praise the team. I just want to praise the team because, for once, we ended the preseason right. Now we got that momentum going into the season against one of our nemesis, the Patriots. And I'll talk about that just here in a moment. But I just want to give Tua some praise, so much praise that he deserves, and we need to see more of that, though. We need to see more of that. Seeing him push the ball downfield for them chunk yards, it was a testament to what is expected. Now, I'm looking at Teddy Bridgewater. He came in, he did a solid performance. I didn't think it was great, but I think it was a solid performance. And, that's why we got Teddy, to perhaps, be a backup, perhaps. But Teddy did come in and he did a solid job. He really did a solid job. There wasn't really too much, I could really put on, Teddy's performance, other than it was consistent. It was consistent with how, he was doing in practices and, even in other preseason games, I thought. The apex of the surprises in the whole quarterback rotation there is with Skylar Thompson. I really like Skylar Thompson. He came in gunning and slinging like he's been doing since OTAs. And if we're going to talk about consistency, he is consistent. And, he is not afraid to sling the ball for them chunk yards and giving our receivers a chance to pile up the yards and stuff like Yak, giving them a chance to do this. And it was consistent time and time again. He came in and he did his thing. And he made a very, very viable reason why he needs to be on the 53-man roster and possibly even be the backup quarterback. And I think that Skylar has probably won the backup quarterback role. But I think we still should keep 3 quarterbacks, honestly. And another thing, with Skylar Thompson being there like that and having him as a backup, it pushes Tua. Because no matter how you guys and how I or whatever want to look at it, it's like Skylar Thompson has given Tua's starting position a threat, like a legitimate threat. So in a way, I see it playing out on the field with Tua pushing the ball when he never would have really done nothing like that. So it's a good thing that Skylar Thompson is out there, and I think that him being a backup is going to keep Tua pretty much, on that path towards greatness in a sense, because he's going to have to push the ball, because the minute he don't start pushing the ball and he starts dinking and dunking again and, not going through his progressions and not anticipating, Skylar's going to jump in there and he's going to fill that position and he's going to lock it down. So I think it's going to be a good idea to have all 3 quarterbacks in there. Now, the offensive line, wow. I don't know, last week we played the Raiders. The whole right side of the offensive line was ratchet. And just Saturday, them boys, they were legitimately opening up some lanes. And not to mention the running backs was hitting the hole, but I'm getting into that too. But the line, specifically the right side, they were they were opening up some lanes. Now, there was a couple plays, where I was thinking that there could have been a little bit more pass protection going on, and or the blocking could have been a little bit better, opening up the run lanes. But as a whole, bro, like, they really opened up some lanes and let our running backs, do their thing. And I was really, really surprised on that. Even Gesicki was out there, doing more than what he did against the Raiders. And that's what it's going to take for us to go to the Super Bowl and win it. It's going to take that and then some. And once we have our full players active, I can only imagine what's going to be happening, because all this shuffling around is because we don't always have the players we need out there that should be active. So come the beginning of the season, I'm assuming that everybody's going to be active except for Byron Jones. So that I'm going to give a shot. I'm going to give a good shout out and a plus to the offensive line and to the tight ends. They got in there and they did their thing. Ethan Carter, Gesicki, even Hunter Long. I mean, come on. It was beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see that this was happening out there for Miami, and it was all clicking at once. Everyone clicking on the same cylinder. Just pushing and making it happen. Again, we are in competition against ourselves, so we have to set the precedence early and keep the momentum going from the beginning of the whistle to the end of the whistle, and we'll come out victorious. Now, looking at the running backs, man, I was impressed. I was really impressed. You can still see, like, there's a battle going on between who's going to be on the team, between Gaskins and Ahmed. Now, Gaskins was serviceable, the last couple years. However, though, his thing was he wasn't really a good blocker, and he never really hit the hole that hard, at least in my thoughts. I don't think he really hit the hole that hard. Looking at Ahmed, I think Ahmed, was decisive, and I think he opened up the gap. So I think between him and Gaskins, I think that we'll wind up keeping Ahmed. If it was a choice between those two, I think we'll wind up keeping Ahmed. Zaquan White, I didn't see much of Zaquan White out there, but I know Zaquan's going to make the team. He's a special type of back, and he is someone that's going to be getting some looks at sometime during the season for sure. He'll be out there. Mozart, it was good to see Mozart out there do his thing, and get some nice runs and stuff going. The only thing I'm concerned with him is his leg. I hope he's okay, and having him out there possibly as the third back or something, that would be even more fantastic. If we have to play running back by committee, I don't care, as long as we have one main feature running back that's getting these yards, and the other ones are complementary, just like how the Browns had Chubb and Hunt. I mean, you see how they complement each other. There's no drop off in it. The production is just like mad, wild, insane. Look at Kamara and boy down there in New Orleans. It's the same thing. So I mean, to have a production like that with 3 or 4 backs like that would be huge. So if any one of them had to go down, the production's not dropping off. It's only picking up. And I like what Sony Michel did. He was in on a couple plays, got us a touchdown, and I loved it. And I still think that he's going to be. I think he might be the feature back. I honestly really do. And having Edmonds there, and Mozart, Zaquan White, and Ahmed or Gaskins, I think that's how it's gonna be. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen with that, because I know one of them guys is going to be producing 1,000-yard run, and the other one's going to be pretty close. So that's how it's going to go. Now, wide receivers, wow. Where do I start? We were everywhere out there. I mean, they was like hauling in things left and right, killing them. I mean, I would love to keep all of them. I really would. I really, really would, because with all these wide receivers that we have, there's threats everywhere. Although we didn't get a chance to see Waddle, but can you imagine what it's going to be like when Waddle hits that field? We're going to be tearing that up. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no defensive cover scheme that can cover this many talented players. Seriously. If you had Hill out there, you had Waddle out there, you have Cedric Wilson out there, who is, by the way, was being considered the number one when Amari Cooper went out for the Cowboys, and he plays like it too. Then you have Eric Nakama stepping in and showing out. You have Sheffield, Braylon Sanders, Craycraft, all these guys. They just in there doing their thing, and they're eating like defenses and secondaries. I mean, the linebackers up, they're tearing them up, and that's just not doing nothing but creating gaps to where our running backs and lanes could just like run through and get their yards on and stuff like that. So it's like I'm anxious to see how many wide receivers are going to carry. I'm hoping that we can carry all of them, honestly, because they all contribute on many different levels, and they make it all look good. And it's like there was just too much out there. They were too much out there. I mean, if you noticed, the Eagle defensive backs out there, they was winded. Some of them boys was winded. I mean, they was that they couldn't handle it. They could not handle it. So you can imagine what it's going to be like with other like secondaries and teams that we're playing, and if they're going to have to take everybody off the line. They're probably going to add in more secondary and run with less people on the line, because there's just too much speed out there like that. And when you watch the Eagles, you saw how effective that was, and Waddle wasn't even out there. Okay, when Waddle was not even out there. So just who was out there, man, and then you add Waddle into the mix, it's tough. It's tough. Too bad, it's so sad for them defenses. All right, now we jump into our defense, the Miami defense, and again, we showed exactly why we are going to have one of the top 3 formidable defenses in the NFL this year. The defensive line, as a whole, it was A+. Them boys did their thing. They shut down the Eagles' offense completely. And the only reason why they got a touchdown, I mean, we all know the reason why they got a touchdown, but that was it. The Eagles were shut down completely. And starting with the defensive line, we were in the backfield like consistently. And with the addition of Trey Flowers, it's gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be beautiful for us. It's gonna be beautiful for us. We're going to shut them down. The quarterbacks ain't gonna have time to throw the ball. So let alone, you can imagine what them running games gonna be like. I mean, it's gonna take a lot for a team to like have a lot of running yards on us, let alone a lot of passing yards, because we just showed how effective we are, and that probably wasn't even scratching the iceberg on that. You know what I'm saying? It was a phenomenal run with the defensive line. The linebackers, it gave the linebackers time to do their thing from sideline to sideline, and they showed it. And when they came in on blitzes, that they were there. They were answering the calls. Elijah Camp. I mean, they was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Aguavon. They were doing their things. And it was just spectacular to see how it was all coming together with the defensive line work, and then the linebackers were being able to like freely dominate like they need to do, and that allowed the secondary to turn it up and to be there on them plays when they counted. So I mean, all in all, like, outside of a couple missed tackles and some balls that could have been intercepted, but were broken up. I mean, I got to give it to them. We came in there and we dominated. We just straight dominated. And again, it just made the the statement more true. We are in competition against ourselves. And we need to have the right players in the right positions, and on offense and defense. And whoever doesn't show up to play, the next man needs to get in there and fill in that position. Honestly, screw politics. Let's get to the Super Bowl. Okay, that's what we're here for. Let's get to the Super Bowl. Offensive side and the defensive side. So, without going into much more ado, my thoughts is probably like all y'all's is like that was a great production. That was a great production into the movie that we about to see begin here in the next week or so. So we getting we don't watch the trailer, and now we getting ready to go into the movie here. It's happening, the premiere. September 11th against the Patriots, and looking at how the Patriots were doing, and it seems like they're having some issues. However, we don't ever want to underestimate anything, so we just go in there because it's gonna be at the start of the season, as we all know, it's gonna be even kill, right? 0-0, and it's when it's when the record starts counting, okay? It's when the record starts counting. So we don't want to go in there under any, false interpretations. We just want to go in there, play to the end of that whistle, and come out with that dub, and play hard and set that precedence for the next time that we play them later on in the season too. That we're not going to take it light on y'all. We're not taking it light on no team. So with that, I'm going to end it. But if you guys have any questions or comments, please drop them below and let me know. And so if you guys want, I was thinking about maybe we could start like a fantasy league or something. So you guys want to do that, let me know. We don't have too much longer before we do that and stuff. So it was just a quick thought. So again, if you guys aren't already subscribers, and if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell, and know that all that will help us reach our milestones so that we can get a merch shelf in our descriptions. And for our subscribers, I want to say thank you guys for being subscribers. And two, know that we do have a channel banner up there, and in the bottom right hand corner there is a shop now button. You click that and that'll take you to our merch shelf where you guys can go get you some t-shirts and stay looking fresh and clean for every game that's going to be happening this season. And every Thursday we're going to be dropping off new t-shirts, so that's going to add additional style to you guys' wardrobe there, and you get free shipping with all that. And with everything, and today just want to say you guys stay blessed. Thank you. Love y'all. Deuces. For example, like USA Today has Miami favored by 1.5 points. Right now, I would ask you guys who you think is going to win, and if you guys think the odds of Miami winning are better, or do you guys think the gamble of Miami winning is better, or who do you think will win in the contest just overall? And from that, what'll happen is that I'll show you a little cartoon of the results of, whoever wins, either the odds or gamble. So that's what I have in store for you guys here at the very beginning of the season, and it's gonna be a fun football season this year. Got some cool things stored for you guys. So if you guys have any questions, any thoughts, ideas, just drop in the comments below. In the meantime, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit the channel or hit the bell. That way it'll help us reach our milestones so that we can get a merch shelf in our description and to get polling options to utilize for this at the beginning of the season. And know that in our channel banner up there in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a shop now button. You click that, it'll take you to our merch store, and you'll be able to check out some cool new t-shirt designs that we have for you guys to keep you looking fresh all football season long, representing the Miami Dolphins. And you get free shipping with that. And every Thursday we're gonna keep it hot for y'all with some new t-shirt designs. And with all that, I just want to say thank you, love y'all. Dude, FinFans in the north and the south, to the east and to the west. What's better than this? More of this. Let's talk about it. Don't forget to take a look at our gear. Clicking with the FinFan. You can check out the links below. And also know that your support with this helps our artists, and it also helps what we're doing here with Clicking with the FinFan. And a good thing about it all is you also get free shipping with that. So just take a look at the gear that we got. Grab something for you, your boo, significant other, your kids.